Well, hello out there, everyone. I am Tina of Reb's Community. I am one of the protectors and the gatekeeper. Either I or my holographic self is always at the door. We manage who comes in and out the door. Protectors can lock the door on their own. No one else can. They need to have at least two adults to lock the door. We made that rule. Most of our rules come from, well, things that we didn't think about that, well, freaking happened, you know? Like one time we had one of the littles who was literally trapped in the body. None of us could get out. She couldn't get in. There was no communication. Everything was cut down, all of our system. And it was another one of us who had locked the door and had pushed them out. And yes, that was dealt with, but still, we were talking about a 4-day period in which the only thing the body had controlling them was a 6-year-old child. Thank God for friends, family, our children. When we got back, Angel was told that even one of the friends had been willing to say they would move in and just not let the world know that this body and this mother was being run by a 6-year-old. So we fixed that to where that will not happen again. I personally believe it should take a protector and an adult to open a door, or to lock a door, but it obviously doesn't. I started being gatekeeper more when they were in a relationship. There were times that the children should not be out whatsoever. And one time, Jana actually brought Jeanette, who was a year old, out to the body, and the ex-partner of the body found her eating carpet fuzz. It happens. Multiplicity, I'm telling you. I believe in Wiccan. I study magic. I care about the military side of politics. I believe that before I came to the Reb community, I have led many lives. I believe I am a reincarnation alter, and usually I just reincarnated, and this time I sort of reincarnated inside a body occupied by many other people. I've been here a long time. I didn't have a name for a while. I was considered 6. Then I was considered nothing. And through the help of a friend named Marty, who at times did some things that really pissed me the hell off. But I will give him credit for the fact that he helped the alters learn how to survive. He did that some with hypnosis, some knowingly hypnosis, and some not. Multiple people go one or two ways. They're extremely easy to put under, or they're extremely difficult. Usually the difficult happens once we found out how hypnosis has been used in the past to get us to the point that we are now, and we start very much being guarded against it. Pretty much until Angel started listening to some videos in the last couple of months, anytime the body heard the word relax, it immediately did not relax. It was like relax was a trigger word to not relax. And like I said, that happened because there was some unknowing hypnotizing that went on, meaning at least one person who should have known, or the host, or well, this was before I was the gatekeeper, but especially the host. The host should have known every single time this person was going to use hypnosis to help us. Some of the hypnosis we did find out was a little more for his benefit. I dealt with that well. I know I probably shouldn't, but I have used some dark curses. Angel still thinks to this day that a dark curse that I put has pretty much been the downfall of the last 7 years. But again, we've had good luck in the last 7 years considering we lived through our operation. But I had put a in the flame spell, and if any of y'all know what that is, it's basically putting your target in the flame and then making your desired wishes. And these people, and they were adults, when we first moved in, decided to tell our son, who is gay, I don't know if anyone's mentioned that, but decided to come tell him that since he was gay, we didn't need any more pedophiles in the neighborhood. I don't take well to that. I am very protective of the children in this body. And the jerk didn't quit. And so I put an in the flame spell on him. And he lost his job, he lost his house, he ended up losing his girlfriend. I don't really care. But Angel does think the old comes back 3 times forward. Maybe it does, but sometimes you just get so angry. And you don't know how to fix it. See, I'm in a body that's stuck in a wheelchair. Now, I myself, with my inside body, I could kick ass all over town and take names later. I don't care. But since I have to use a body in a wheelchair, I feel like I have to have some other kind of weapon in my arsenal. You know, my job is to protect this body, the family of this body. And I'd be damned if I will sit by and watch it happen. Some of us did for years and we weren't doing our job. I won't sit and watch it happen. The body and some people in the body were into a lifestyle that I don't personally agree with. And I'm really glad that they're no longer in that lifestyle. And I just hope they don't find it again. You know the old saying, people, places, and things. And the lifestyle they were in was the BDSM community, gore, master slave, the whole 9 yards. Well, I personally, I don't want anybody to tell me what the fuck to do. But a man? No, it isn't happening. No. I don't mind telling him what to do, so just go to hell. Yep, you can do that. I just told you to. I'm not saying all the relationships are bad. I'm sure there's some out there that work fine. It depends on the people. And the ex-master of the body did help the body to learn some things, helped them get their life together. But then it just becomes, I don't believe in silencing anyone. And by agreeing to belong to someone and to obey them without question, no. Most of us do not even follow the rule to not question God, because these gods, and I do believe there's more than one God, I need to question them so they can tell me where to go next and what to do. I need to know part of that plan. It just, I don't believe that people should lose their brain or their voice if they're going to be in these lifestyles. Now, I don't mind a little daddy-daughter play here and there. Definitely, you would think that would be an issue due to the abuse the body had. And maybe it's just a way that I fight it. But again, that's only in the bedroom. What you do in the bedroom, you do in the bedroom, That's nobody's business. But when it interferes with outside of the bedroom, when they can't even take care of themselves anymore because they've gotten so used to having this slave take care of them, as LaDonna says, you take a queen bee and or queen ant and the regular ants, and you can put food in a container, and the regular working ants will find it no matter where you put it. You put food in a container with the queens, and they don't even know how to eat it if it's standing in front of them. I believe if you're going to be a master, first master your own life. That's your first thing. Be able to do anything that you would ask that slave to do. She's just doing it for you. But know that you could still get your ass up and you can still do for yourself. You know, you're still the man of the house. You could still mow the yard. You know, I see these girls, they're out here mowing yards. Master's in there having a beer. No, that doesn't work for me. I will run over you with this freaking lawnmower if you don't get your ass up and take it. Okay, it's up to you. I don't really care. You know, that's just it. And to blame the slave for their mistakes. Excuse me? Are you telling me that this person who you believe you control now controls you and makes you make mistakes? Slave made you fat. Control your elbow. Okay? You want to eat? Eat. You want to leave it? Leave it. Don't blame them. You got to make your own choices. Like I said, I'm just glad we're out of that. I am so glad we're out of that because you don't know how many times that I just wanted to use some kind of power and just shut these people the fuck up. Now, Velvet, which you'll meet, finally came in as a very angered altar and attempted to deal with it, but it still didn't get dealt with. Finally, in August, when pretty much the body had lost its mind, I, as the gatekeeper, witnessed them taking an large amount of pills. I made the body throw up, as I am the doctor inside as well. They slept for hours, and when those thoughts didn't go out of our mind, I made sure that we got to an emergency room. When Angel started to say, I believe I have a kidney infection, I spoke up and said, I believe that we are a danger to ourselves. There's some things you don't play with. If your friend is saying that they want to commit suicide, you need to tell someone. They may hate you, but by God, they'll be alive to hate you. Now, should everyone have the right to do with themselves and what they want to do? Yeah, I guess they should. But if you want to do it that bad, don't tell other people. You know, if you're telling other people, expect them to react. People seem to think they can do and say whatever, and other people don't react. They react. How you react is up to you, the individual, but, you know, actions cause reactions. And telling me you're going to kill yourself caused the action of me telling someone who can do something about it, because I can't do anything about it, you see. People have to take responsibility for themselves. I hate hearing people blame it all on somebody else. You've got responsibilities. We all got responsibilities. You know, I say that some of the DS relationships didn't go over well. We had a responsibility. We could have come out. We could have ended it. Someone could have ended it in some way. We didn't. Does it make them any less bad? No, but does it make us a human? Yep, we all make mistakes. I don't believe in breaking people. Another reason I don't believe in DS. You know, if you got to break a person down to control them, well, you don't have too much fucking control anyway. Okay? I personally think that anyone can control a mindless robot. If that's what you want to make, then obviously you want your job to be easy. Now, for you girls out there who still believe in all this, have watched the 50 Shades of Grey, let me tell you something. That 50 Shades of Grey is, at times, just 50 grays of heartache, okay? Like I said, you want to do something in your bedroom? Do it in your bedroom. We all have a mind. We should all be independent thinkers. And just because you're a woman doesn't mean you shouldn't think. And just because you're a woman doesn't mean that you have to do everything. And just because a man is a man doesn't mean he can't do the damn dishes sometime and put his fucking underwear in the trash. Okay? You're not going to find rich Mr. Gray out there, okay? And even if you do, I don't know. I just can't see anyone wanting to be that weak. And yes, some people say, okay, it takes a strong person to be a slave. Well, yeah, it does. Especially if it was me. Because I'd have to be really, really strong not to tell him to go straight to hell and die when he got there. Okay? That's just it. 50 Shades of Grey, from what little bit that we have seen, pretty much enlightens the relationship. All of the fun and the games and, oh, it's just so good. They don't talk about any of the mess. They don't. They don't talk about when you're sick or he's sick, you're having a bad PMS day, and you mouth off. No, none of that's covered. None of that covers if he gets so sick he cannot master you anymore, and now you have become dependent upon that, and what are you going to do? I knew a slave one time, and she told Angel and me, she said, you know what, I went to a restaurant one day, and I actually walked out and got out the door before I realized I needed to pay because he always paid. Really? You know, I have seen Angel get out of these relationships and lay there and cry and say, you know, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to move. Well, if I, Tina, have anything at all to say about this, we will never be in a relationship like that again. There will never be a collar touch our neck. You know, we've been in the good, the bad, and the ugly. Don't get me wrong. The body actually started out in this mess at 12, believe it or not. Got to wonder, who was taking care of us at that point? You know, the nurse set the body up with a 21-year-old man when they were 12 years old. The nurse. Now hear that. Of a children's hospital where you send your children hoping to get them better, and the nurse is introducing them to a 21-year-old man who was her master. Got to wonder, don't you? But that got over. They ended up moving. A couple of years later, they got back into it. They were probably 16, 17 at the time. A lot of horrible, horrible things happened, including a beatdown, which was the last day they were with one of them, that permanently damaged all the muscles in our breast for the rest of our life. When we had the breast surgery, Angel and Nicole both came out in recovery screaming, I am free. Because the bastard told everybody, every time you see yourself, you will think of me. And believe me, we did for many, many years. Back then, I was more a shadow protector. I wasn't out. But I've seen what it did. I've seen the result. And if the abuse, starting with an occult, leading to the grandparents, leading to relationships, I really hope we've woke up this time. Being on guard all the time is not my mission in life, but it seems to be what I need to do. I mean, I do like grilling, by the way, and I am going to grill in the body this summer. But I do not want someone else controlling the home the body lives in. I don't want someone else controlling the mind of any of the people that the body live in. We are strong, we are intelligent, and we are independent. Now, we can't be independent taking care of ourselves anymore. And believe me, for some of us, that really stings. You know, I know that for me and Sagan, we're the type that are very athletic, very much into sports and we can't do that in the body, so we do it upstairs. But there are things we can do. We just need to start figuring out how. So far, transportation is sucking, but we're working on that. Hopefully, We can get some transportation going, even if it has to be via the taxi now, which takes money that we could spend on something, but we're going to have to spend it on a trip. Personally, I wish the body'd learn to drive and get our own car. I'd have to keep the door locked. Obviously, we don't want the children coming out and, playing woo-woo bumper cars. But I feel it would give us an independence that we don't have right now. Sure, we'd still have to take a CNA. But guess what? It's our car. You're working for us. Get in the car. We're going where the hell we want to go. I've been working with Nisa, the dog. Contrary to what many believe, she is not a baby. She's a dog. But anyway, she is cute. But I've been working with her on getting her behavior fixed. Since I am usually at the front, I can see and I can grab her every time that she does A and B that I don't want and get her attention. Anyway, I like medical. I like voodoo. I want to go to Louisiana. I believe I've been there in a previous life. I wish I could skydive in the body. I wish we could do all those things that I'm. It's like you got all this energy and all this stuff going through your mind, and you got a body that doesn't cooperate with you. So, anyway, it was great meeting everybody. I am Tina. Usually, when you see a protector typing, you're going to end up with a bunch of caps. They're not yelling at you. I really love this family. I love the children. Greg was one of the first people that we really communicated with. He helped us even make our room. Definitely into camouflage, army guns. I love all those things. Won't dare have a gun in this house. I do not recommend having a gun if you are multiple, okay? I'm not saying it's a disorder. As Angel said, if it doesn't interfere with your life, blah, blah, blah. But there's some things you still have to be careful, such as driving. One of us would have to make sure the door wasn't available to the children or to the ones who don't know how to drive. And well, someone just walked over me. You've heard someone walked over your grave. In our body, it's a little different than that. But I really didn't care about anything when I got here. I was totally angry. Growing up, what they did while I was in the shadows is when they'd have issues and troubles that they couldn't bear, they'd take a jar, a little plastic Miracle Whip jar with a lid, and they'd blow all the bad into the jar, or so they thought. All that anger, hurt, and pain went into me. When I got here, I was one angry damn bitch, and I didn't care. Now I care. I care for the children. I care for our entire network inside. I've even got a child I care for inside. Most of the children inside don't have their actual parents, obviously. But an adult always agrees, and there is an adult over all in each of the children. Some of us have 4, some have 1, some have 2. The only children in the body that have their actual parent is John, Luke, and Jeanette. They have LaDonna because she had them, and we're all still shaking our head at how she got pregnant inside and had these children. But they're great kids. Both of them are very intelligent. They're different. One's kind of laid back and shy of her intelligence, and the other one is very vocal of his intelligence. And when he was approximately 4, we had a coded security to the bar that is upstairs. It's a pool room bar. It's for us adults. Well, we found out that he broke the code, and they all went inside and got him some wine coolers. Yeah, they do things. Yep, just like any other kid. My daughter decided to let one of the other children pierce her navel, which I told her not to do. The next thing I know, because I'm the doctor, they come running to me thinking that they've killed her, and I'm just standing there, letting her know, you weren't supposed to put this thing in here in the first place. I believe Angel and them were driving somewhere because they ran out and told Angel, and she came to me. And Angel's pretty much like, listen, it's halfway through. Finish it and then deal with her. So, yeah, I have one of the few teenagers upstairs. Um, I think I'm okay for a teenager. I don't know if I do well with little kids as much. But, Rainy's not a bad child. She's inquisitive. She wants to dress and wear makeup like her Aunt Nicole, which I've told her she won't be doing. And, yeah, the kids, I don't know, most of our kids are really fond of Nicole. And you wouldn't think that because she used to just not be a child person at all. But even back when she wasn't, Jana and them used to get their noise toys and go out in front of her bedroom screaming, my oh my, what a beautiful morning. So, yeah. Well, anyway, folks, good night. To whatever gods you worship out there, continue to do so. Who you worship is your own personal belief. Don't push it off on other people, but don't deny who and what you are. Do I believe that there is a God, Jesus Christ? Yes, I do. Do I believe there are demigods and other gods? As LaDonna says, why would he run the whole place by himself? I do believe in some of what is considered the mythical gods. Just be yourself. Believe in something. There's an old saying, if you don't believe in something, you'll fall for anything. So have a great night, and see everyone on the other side. I wish you all well.